Answered a lot of questions, and as I said before, at first I looked at it as being annoying, but one of my rules is definitely not to react to anything. I don't react to nothing, people. Not a comment, not a post. That's why I really don't see stuff. I really think I'm playing. He been here for the past 3 days.
Yeah, and you don't look at no comments, no messages, nothing.
I showed him how many messages I got the other day. He was like this. It ain't no way.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
I said, cuz, listen, we finishing out here with Jalil. He's had a good 48, and what I call an honest 72. He spent a lot of good time with Jamarcus and with the dogs, and doing dogs, and managing dogs, and playing with dogs, and learning about dogs. Now, this was a great dog experience. Guys, TV here, FitBully TV. Like, subscribe, share. Now, a couple things, young man. You're how old?
22.
Now, I know how old he was, but he has to speak for himself. First rule of being a man, speak up. And he's done that, to be clear. You from where?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Walk them through what opportunities like in the Lou. And be honest.
There's little to no opportunity in St. Louis. It's very hard to grow because there's just so much negativity out there. So to come out here and get this experience, you know, I can go back with a bunch of knowledge and eventually work on getting back out here.
There you go. Now, why would I bring someone in? You guys have said, you've heard me say, the team is closed off. Don't ask me to be a part of what we're doing. Well, here's the thing. He didn't ask. I offered. And you know why I offered? And I've said this in one of the other episodes. I offered because I saw there's a word that we don't use or you don't hear a lot anymore. There was a level of diligence. You know what diligence is? That boy was just, he was intentional about everything. I mean, at one point, he screenshot. Was like, "Yo, this is assault. I had to do it." He literally like, I had to screenshot and save it because I just put a little sprinkle. I was like, I ain't gonna tell y'all. He's like, got it. He snapshotted that junk out of an Instagram or TikTok post, one or the other.
Yep.
And I saw he's on a mission.
Yeah, it was Instagram, and I screenshotted it. And I put it in Google search because like the label wasn't clear, so I put it in Google and it came up as Redman. I'm like, yep, there it is. see. That's what you call diligent. He's intentional about every little thing he was trying to do, and you know he made it a just to say, you know, everything he learned a lot in a sense about even raw feeding was in relation to stuff that I've been posting. Absolutely.
And then he turned around and did a lot of research. And if you see something, he was like, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense. Then grab the books, then learn from the books, and even more importantly, let's keep taking care of this dog. So I said, you know what? I think this kid could be advantageous to our very bright future. Be it he's focused on the dogs. He didn't ask for a handout. He asked, could he be better without asking me nothing? Isn't that crazy? If he didn't, he sent me a clue. He's like, yo, is this the right clue? I'm like, yeah, that's it, man. And I sent it back to him. And I answered a lot of questions. And as I said before, at first I looked at it as being annoying. but one of my rules is definitely not to react to anything. I don't react to nothing, people. Not a comment, not a post. That's why I really don't see stuff. I really think I'm playing. He been here for the past 3 days.
Yeah, and you don't look at no comments, no messages, nothing.
I showed him how many messages I got the other day. He was like this. It ain't no way.
Yeah, it's not realistic to, you know, respond and get back to everybody in a small time frame like that.
I did 3 or 4 scrolls in the message request.
Yeah. And
it was nuts. Then I showed him how many messages, and then I showed him how the people that are in the general where I will respond to. It's like 1. Oh, that's good. I could talk to these people. He's in there in case something pop up, and I always don't get right back to them, just because I really don't like social media.
Right.
I really don't. I don't like being on there. I ain't looking for nothing. People get on here like, man, I'm looking for such and such, such and such. Or I want to get on there and see what somebody else is doing. I don't care. You know how much work we have to do? You know how many things I have to think through? So it is imperative that I stay focused on the overall goal, which is, I repeat, it ain't even the American Bully. The American Bully is a segue to us identifying, hey, this is a dog with some problems. I was rooted here. I can come back here, affect this space in a positive way, and then we can go get some other things going and continue to enlighten so many other people about dogs and just have a good time. That's business, not the American Bully. So not only do I appreciate him coming out and being open-minded, getting in that bite soup, spending time with my dogs, letting everybody get on the wedge, seeing them in real life, I would encourage you, what's some things you learn about even you doing social media in the future?
Like as far as growing or just like posting on social
media? Growing, like what are some things you can take away from the stuff you've seen us do?
So I would say constant posting. Well, not really even constant, but consistent. Like maybe 3 posts a day on certain platforms, which I wasn't even doing 1 per week. I would like post 1 every 2 to 3 weeks. So quality posts, you know, knocking down the time frame of which I was posting. So 90 seconds, 20, 30 seconds, stuff like that to keep people engaged.
I would tell you to start slow. And the first thing is, can you post once every day for a month?
Okay.
That'll move you forward before you try to go 3 hard 3, especially when you're on the path to learning. Things you got to learn still is proper communication. Hey, how do I communicate? What am I communicating? What's my message? And that message gets more clear with everything that you're doing. I know what our message is because I know what the goal is, right?
Okay.
So you'll never hear no lack of clarity.
Right.
Another thing, he thought we took a lot of takes.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought everything was like written out, chopped up, and then they record, but it's just all 1 take, 1 and done.
So he doesn't understand when the camera comes on, this is a live event. That's how I look at it. This is a live event. There's no room for error. You better know what you say. You better mean what you say. But because we have intent, again, I know when that camera come on, where to go, where to take you. And again, this whole message is about thanking him for being diligent and trying to learn how to do better without even being like, look at my dog.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a look at my dog. It was just like, yo, man, is this the right stuff to feed him? I'm really getting into this. And that's the thing. When you start walking down the road of being better in general, it normally leads to so many other things. And here he is now. Right here in the FitBully backyard where we wrecking Ralph. We tear everything up. But can't thank you enough for coming, my friend.
Appreciate it, man.
And being a part and just learning. And then, you know, he asked me last night, he says, man, so where do I line up, basically? What's the question you got?
Where do we stand as far as, like, you know, the growth, the opportunity for growth and me becoming a staple in this?
Yeah, and I said, what do you mean? And I'm saying, what does he mean? Because he did exactly what I foresaw. He's been everything I needed to see and justify. And that being said, I'm like, you're fine. I mean, there's a room to grow. So my response is, man, we'll see you in the future. It's that simple. We will see you. You'll be a part of this thing in some form or fashion. As we move forward, you'll move forward with us. I'm about to tie him into some stuff and put some tasks on him because I don't want to talk to nobody. So the right people give me more freedom. And then, mind you, each one of these people, as I told you, Marcus behind the camera, when he hires his first person, that's another person he has to manage. Why? Because I manage COO, CFO, operations guy, the CEO, the chairman. I'll be managing all these other things that make the whole business run. Jeff Bezos does not come down to, well, he does every now and then. He shows his face. I'll be honest, he does. Because my buddy works at one of the places, but he's number 2 at the place, to be clear. He ain't tossing no boxes. But he comes to every facility every now and then, and just to see how things are going. And then he goes back. But he don't know the guy tossing in boxes and driving these things around for Amazon. He doesn't. And that's not no disrespect. It's just that was the business. He set the business up. Then he bought them their own trucks. Now people feel like they have ownership because they drive in their own van. You see what I'm saying? He keep creating opportunities for people to do more things so they could pay for stuff and take care of their families. That's the whole point. So, anywho, Jalil will be here in the future. Look out for him. You got questions and stuff, I'm going to teach him everything that I know so y'all don't have to worry about messaging me. Between him and Jamarcus is more on the back-end business stuff, so that's why you want to message Jamarcus if anything. He will be the guy you could talk to about nutrition and dog training and stuff of that nature. And, of course, as always, reach out to Iron Sharp K9 on all platforms because Stan is happy to potentially work with you and answer questions and kind of go from there. But as far as us, I've got a business to build. I've got a team to build. And I think he'll be a good member. So stay tuned. Take care of your dogs, people.